President.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, let me explain 235, the impact fee bill. Please pay attention to this. This is very important. We have the fastest growing county in South Carolina, Dorchester County. And as I said, over 10,000 homes have been approved. We need 15 new schools. And there's no funding mechanism. We're not going to have state money. Even if we had a statewide school infrastructure bank, there's no money for it. And we don't have the funding mechanisms needed in order to construct the schools. And there's been a war in my district on how to fund them. And what I've convinced relevant parties are, instead of fighting for your favorite funding mechanism, let's use them all. Let's use the red bill. Let's use a bond issue. But let's use impact fees too. Now, Senator Corson, I hope you'll hear this point. The Fort Mill School District has had impact fees of $2,500 per dwelling since 1997. Senator Mulvaney over here is the senator for that district. I attended a month ago a lecture before realtors in which he said it works great. Every year there's 1,000 homes, except this year we're down, times 2,500, that's 2.5 million. Now, if it's good enough for the Fort Mill School District, why can't Dorchester District do the same thing? My bill does not mandate impact fees. It authorizes the local school district to impose an impact fee. In other words, we're giving them home rule. We're giving them an opportunity to make the political decision themselves. What we have now is you have town and county councils in a pretty much unrestricted way able to approve development projects to get revenue for them, but then the schools over here are being overloaded and don't have the funding mechanism to take care of themselves. Now, I don't agree with the concept that because this could be repeated, that it should be objected to or not consider local legislation, because all local legislation can be copied or repeated. This bill that what evidently we're going to pass that allows information, that can be repeated. And if we're going to go down the road that because another senator in another county might decide that what I've come up with is good for them and it be repeated, we're not going to allow my local legislation to go through. We're not going to have any local legislation because on it can be copied principle, everything will be not go through. Now, I'm almost finished here. Senator Corson, I want to make this point in particular about the Senate Finance Committee. Senator Randy Scott had an impact fee bill for 3 years sent to the Senate Finance Committee. It never even went to a subcommittee. Senator Scott begged the chairman to send it to a subcommittee and stack it with 3 people opposed to it, just so I can tell my people back home I made some progress. So I absolutely don't want this to go to the Senate Finance Committee because I know it's dead. It's not even going to be considered. And I'm just being frank here, is that I used my research and my intellect to solve problems back home for my people, just exactly what I expect you to do for your home. And I've spent hundreds of hours with realtors in my district and with the school board officials and the Chamber of Commerce officials trying to convince them to stop the Civil War over how to fund schools instead of just going for one funding mechanism or another. Let's use them all in combination. Now, we want this $2,500 fee in Dorchester County just like they got it in Fort Mill, and we want to authorize the school to make that political decision, school district, if that's what they want to do. What I'd like to ask for now, I'm going to defer to Senator Corson's request to carry this over, and also Senator Thomas, Senate Bill 235, but I'd like to get third reading on Senate Bill 234 that only deals with information. Yes, carry over the impact fee bill, pass the information bill.
Any objection? Any objection? Senator from Greenville? Senator from Greenville?
Yes, only information, period. Well, look at the title.
Nothing else will be put on.
No, how are you going to put anything else on it? We're going to pass third reading. I don't know what they're going to do over there. listen, how can you justify? No, let me tell her.
Senator from Lexington.
Would the senator from Dorchester yield?
Mr. President, I'd ask that the information bill only 234 get third reading, and that the impact fee bill 235 be carried over.
Any
Mr.
objection?
President, would the senator from Dorchester yield?
Yes.
Senator, I'm sorry, I was in a meeting a few minutes ago and had to rush in here, but there's two impact fee bills that you have.
No, there's not two impact fee. There's only one.
Is this the one that is a local bill for Dorchester only?
Yes.
It doesn't affect Lexington County in any way?
No.
Is it going to?
This bill won't. This bill pertains to information only, and it pertains only to Dorchester School District 2, period. How can anybody be against information? All it's doing is telling the school district to provide town and county councils information in writing. It should have been doing that anyway.
He's going to hold that one off.
Mr. President? Yeah, my motion is that we get third reading on 234, which is the information bill only, and we carry over 235.
Senator from Florence.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator, you say that 234 is information only.
Right.
And 235 gives the school districts the ability to put on impact fees.
Right.
As they see fit?
Yes.
No limitation?
No.
What would this do to the economic development, particularly homes in this state? You start tacking on $200, $500, $1,000, $15,000 impact fee. There's no limitation, right?
Well, excuse me, Senator, there is a limitation. I made a mistake. It's not a number limitation. It's the same limitation that's in the impact fee law that exists for counties and municipalities, in that it has to be a proportionate share and there has to be some benefit. So there's some general criteria limiting the amount. Now, I made the judgment that we would let, first of all, you got $2,500 per dwelling that the Fort Mill School District already has, pursuant to the same kind of legislation. They made a political decision in 1997 to have $2,500, and they've never raised it. So I'm willing to trust the political forces of the school board that if they have an impact fee, and they have to comply with the criteria of it being proportional and it being a benefit to the people that are paying the fee, that they'll come out with a just number. So all I'm trying to do is to give them the authority to fund themselves.
Senator, would you agree that some in the chamber probably don't trust their school boards as much as you do?
Senator, I could say that about anything. Probably some in the chamber don't trust anything as much as I do, or they might trust it more than I do. But Senator, listen, this is a fork in the road decision here. You're either going to allow local bills with the local delegation. There's 3 senators in our delegation. Senator Matthews is for this, Senator Grooms is for it, Senator Rhodes. That's 100%. And it affects only Dorchester County. We've been through, not in my case, 2 elections about all this. And so this has been thoroughly vetted. And so, if we're just going to go down the road saying that we're not going to let a local bill pass because another local jurisdiction might copy it, well, then none of us are going to have local bills because they can all be copied.
Senator.